It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we'll be watching the Browns' superstar running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing.
It's the Browns and the Hawks, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the buildup is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All offseason, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and you're going to play again in 6 days. The team that is able to turn the page to the next game week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind, the marathon, as you called it, of the NFL season, and here we are in week 2.
Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
When you take a quick look at the box score, you'd think, okay, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They clearly won the game, but it wasn't the case. And what that tells me is they're just not getting enough contribution from the entire team. He had a really nice day. Some things that he still needs to clean up, but can they get better balance on the offensive side of the ball? And then, frankly, they need to make more plays on defense and get more contribution out of the special teams. This can't just be a team that puts all the pressure on the quarterback position and says, hey, go out every week and just win us the game by yourself.
And they're going to mark them down right at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker. And he finds some daylight up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. We'll try and run it with Walker. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. So 4th down, and the Aussie, Torrey Taylor, on to kick it away. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
There wasn't really anything fancy about the performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the 1 interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. But if he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. 2nd and 7. Now give on the ground, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Julian Love brings him down. And he's going to have the first down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards. So from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Quick throw here is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a scoreless game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Seahawks offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. DK Metcalf was the intended target. 3rd down coming up. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. This drive will start on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. A 2nd down throw for Richardson. Throw across his body is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Throwing is Richardson. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. On 2nd down, Richardson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. A handoff as they try to run it here. throwing on second down. Richardson. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Third and a yard. He'll try to get this one on the ground. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that's going to bring up fourth down. And he's going to have a Browns first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. Richardson going to look to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Taken back to the other side of midfield. So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. Looking to throw. Richardson. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A handoff, running left is Walker. And this is going to be a Seahawks first down as the tackle's made at the 23-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Here's Torrey Taylor now, as he's standing right around his own goal line. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. That's going to be intercepted by Tariq Woolen. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick six to make it a 6-0 lead.
And Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick six.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Throwing, Richardson. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete. Richardson. He's got his man. That's Neighbors. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 2nd down. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers. What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll look to pick up the pace. Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. 3rd and 5. He'll get this out to the left flat. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Now, Richardson. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they're going to mark them down right at the 30-yard line. Two minutes remain. First half, in a 7-0 game. We're back to Seattle after this. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Richardson to throw. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere. They'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. Open man, left side, he's got it.
Just seems nowadays, Mike, there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat. 1st and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Browns. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Browns will level things out at 7 apiece. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll begin with a rematch of Super Bowl 43. Pittsburgh heading to State Farm Stadium.
And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. A touchdown apiece, 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally, the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Julian Love brings him down. To throw, it's Richardson. He'll get rid of it and complete it. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The Seahawks offense ready for their first possession of this second half. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, first and 10. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Smith and Jigba has it on that out route.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Low-scoring game, all time, third quarter. And a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. First and 10. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Right back to him on first down.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting and waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down. From the gun, Richardson. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down. Tight end going in motion here. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see him, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Up the middle they go. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. out of the shotgun. Richardson. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Man in motion, heading left. Quick throw here is complete.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's first, and he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Rodriguez on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Yeah! And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Walker. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That one underthrown and intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ready, get. They'll begin here on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. The outside, caught by Neighbors. A gain there of 10 yards. It's a Browns first down. Handoff here, up the middle.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Now he takes off. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now give on the ground. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he will score again. Touchdown, Browns. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start. Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That'll be intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over just shy of midfield.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now Seattle will use the final timeout. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Broncos and the Browns
under the lights on Thursday night.
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland.
Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Well, now how about this return?
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Here's Nix to throw right away.
And his first look is incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game. And it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
That's taken in by Franklin.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Nix to the air.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Vance, 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. They'll try the left side. Vance. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Now Richardson back to throw it.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Now a handoff up the middle.
Kenny down inside the 40. The Browns at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And they'll send Judy in motion left.
They'll run on first down. Vance.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7.
Up the middle they go. Vance. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Richardson working from the gun.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On first down, Vance. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a yard.
Going to give it up the middle. Here's Dickerson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Inside give to Dickerson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a first carry here for their running back. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Here's Nix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. In motion, the tight end. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vance, and a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and get the first down.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Paulson.
Down inside the 10.
And all the way down to the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. So that now 6 touchdowns for him on the ground here so far this year, Charles. And it's week 3. What kind of a season might he be embarking on?
Well, we both know it helps to have fresh legs early. And they're going to ride him a lot as this year goes on. But one other thing to keep in mind, as you keep having success, you actually have built up some momentum. Your body responds to that as well. So I see no reason for this to slow down anytime soon.
To throw, here's Nix. And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6.
Dickerson on the handoff. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Throwing Nix.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The carry for Dickerson. Shifts past him at the 45.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
From the shotgun, Richardson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Now it's Nix. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. To throw is Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Back to throw. Nix. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Richardson looking to throw.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Richardson out of the shotgun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over first and 10.
The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half.
And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. A final shot before break. Nix. And that's incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker rooms. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and now 2 yards to go on third down.
Let's go now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Vance. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Running it with Dickerson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll go play action with Nix.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Down at the 25.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
And that's going to be incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Eric Dickerson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Here we go. Set.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vance.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now it's Richardson.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll start out with great field position. The 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run now with Dickerson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd and 6.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, Nix. To the sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Nix.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Cade Otten.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th.
Now Richardson.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll try the left side. Vance. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Richardson off the play fake.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun is Nix.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here's A.J. Cole now
as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Richardson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Richardson to throw off play action. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
He's going to air one out, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
They'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and run for it here with Dickerson. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Come on.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Richardson. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. And
that's caught inside the 35.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Here's Richardson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Richardson.
Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
They'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And they just did not get the snap away in time. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Denver, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.